Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a game between FnaticRCTod and mouzCCbiGs. Wow, can't get over those names. Anyway, it's another Protoss versus Zerg, and or Zerg versus Protoss, whatever. And we will see what they make out of it this time. Probably it's going to be a fast expand for both of them. Either with or without the spawning pool first for Zerg, but probably because this is a pretty small map compared to some of the others we've seen, it may actually involve the forge first into expansion and then building up the rest of this, because this is a rather big gap and it's a rather small map. So if the Zerg player goes aggressive enough, then he can sneak by and, well, the wall-off won't be complete. And yeah, if you get Zerglings in your mineral lines, that is definitely not very funny. So anyway, loads of things being built here. Well, not actually things, but loads of workers being built. And as we can see, the spawning pool indeed coming up before the expansion. The probe going to harass as much as possible here. Going to try to to mine on this this patch for as long as possible, and trying to avoid the actually taking the minerals. So he was a little bit too late on the reaction that there was an expansion coming up. And that means that he is going to allow that expansion straight off, and yeah, he's going to put down his own expansion at the same moment, so it's not a real problem. Forge coming up. The forge is going to be supplemented with a gateway and first another pylon apparently. A gateway and a cybernetics core here somewhere to wall it off, except for a little small gap, and so with one cannon you can then defend all of that. So apparently the cybernetics core is not going up yet. Yeah, the expansion is almost done for both of them, and that means that the mining is about to get bigger. Because all of these probes, there are too many probes now to really, work very efficiently. You can see they're walking all over the place, like left to right, instead of just going forward and backwards. And another pylon being built, still no cybernetics core up, and that cybernetics core is probably going to come up soon enough. There it is. And that leaves one small gap. I think the gap is over here in this case. But you want that small gap so that you can actually run out. This is apparently a tight wall off because everyone does it like this. And yeah, there's a small gap over here that allows you to get out with your units while still defending most of it with that one cannon. So third base coming up here for our Zerg player, and yeah, he is just going to go into full macro mode, it seems, because all he has built is a spawning pool, and yeah, that's all. I mean, he doesn't have any offense for the rest, and yeah, without offense, it's pretty hard to do anything. So there goes. Well, half his offense is going to go into this this base, going very aggressively into the Protoss base. But yeah, it's just the one Zergling. The other Zergling's over here, and that's his whole attack force. The Zealot is trying to chase it down, but the Zergling is way faster than the Zealot, so it's kind of funny. The Zergling is going to spot the wall in, and knows he can't get through it. Of course, you have to check it, but everyone builds the wall-ins like this, with the small gap, at least on the pro level. And yeah, it is virtually impossible to break with just the Zerglings. And an Overlord coming in here. Nice spotting there, because he saw that on the side of the map and is not actually going to be able to pick it off while it's over there. But the Overlord is going to see most of this base, and yeah, that's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice spot there. Really hard as a Protoss to get rid of that before your cybernetics, no, before your robotics facility. And if you're even going to go robotics facility, because otherwise, yeah, it's yeah, you need a flying unit basically, and most Protoss versus Zerg matches don't include any, well, any such units. The only units they do have is or are from the robotics facility. And the robotics facility is up, and he is going to build some immortals first here. Already has one. Going to go into a second, and more gateways coming up. So 6 gateways over here, the 7th over here, and that is just a huge amount of gateways, meaning that every spawn cycle he can make 7 units, and of course 7 units is quite a big deal. So yeah, the observer is coming up, and yeah, this Overlord has been sniped for at some point. I have to feel. Yeah, it's nowhere else, so I guess he sniped it. I don't know how he got the vision there, but maybe the Overlord just flew into his base again. So it seems that yeah, the creep spread is doing pretty well. The creep spread is of course very essential because you get movement speed boost on that. Additional movement speed just for being on creep. And as you can see, it is already up to about half the map. And wow, this Protoss army is starting to become bigger and bigger. Especially these immortals are very useful. But they are going to go up against a large number of roaches, 28 roaches, and he will have to warp in a lot more units to actually make that work. The observer here just to clean out the creep tumors, stopping the creep spread, and not actually destroying that one. And yeah, just like everything else from Zerg, if you only damage it, it's going to heal back up. But he's going to get it this time. Going to get all of these. Missing one, but that's okay. And yeah, without the creep, the Zerg army is going to be a lot less effective. But the Zerg army is going to surround the Protoss army here, and it is going to be a very, very close battle. The reinforcements from the Zerg are of course coming from a lot closer, but he's cleaning up the back and hoping to retreat that way. But yeah, it is going to be, no, it's going to be the Zerg. It has to be the Zerg. The resupply routes kind of making this all happen, and yeah, he's going to pick up 3 units there, 2 Stalkers and the Immortal, to make sure that they get out. But yeah, that was quite unfortunate. He didn't have a spot on a spotter on the other side here, so he couldn't really see that someone was coming in. He did have his observer with him, so I wonder why he didn't see that coming. And yeah, it's of course unfortunate when that happens, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it, because roaches on creep are pretty strong, or pretty fast I should say, and they are pretty strong as well. But with these big numbers, there was no way he could hold them off with that army. I thought in the beginning that he might get lucky, but the resupply, of course, very short. Just like the resupply here is very short for our Protoss player. But the Protoss player has, of course, the warp in, so it doesn't really need that. And yeah, the blue player surrendering. Hang on, that can't be right. Either I missed something really, really big, or no, that can't be right. Hang on, what? I don't understand. He clearly GG's. I mean, the other guy isn't even in the chat. Can I pull up the chat? No, I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, this has to be a victory for the Zerg player. But why does he GG then? I don't understand. Oh, hang on. The blue player on here is not actually the blue player on this. Because this, yeah, okay. Okay, so it is indeed a victory for mouzCCbiGs. Okay, now I understand. Yeah, the army was just too big and I didn't understand. Never mind. Found it out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed and I will see you next time. GG.